Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our mid-season interval non-championship race for the MRC. Tonight we have a mega mix of Tier 1, Tier 2 and Tier 3 drivers all taking to the track around Australia. Before we get into the list of drivers, I would like to welcome my co-commentator for tonight. He's back in the box, Mr. Carl Edens. Good evening.
Good evening, Mark. Great to be here tonight.
Great to have you back. Lovely to be back alongside me. It's going to be interesting, this one. Mix of drivers, mix of tiers, and also the drivers now get to show off their new liveries.
Their creativity.
Exactly right. So this could be very interesting. It's going to be fun to see who we've got out on track. We will go through the drivers, as I say, very shortly, but and see what all the drivers have come up with.
Indeed, and I just want to say very quickly, I do expect nice, clean racing tonight. I don't want to sound strict to everyone, but it's what we want, really. It
is. We're still going with the MRC rules, but we're standing with the Tier 2 rules tonight, so where there is a slight difference, for those who are not fully aware, we do have a few different rules compared with the different tiers. For tonight, for example, ghosting is available and turned on, so if a car does spin, then they are not going to get taken out by another driver. Pit assist is also available, amongst other assists. It's going to be different for a couple of drivers, adjusting, especially the Tier 3 guys. But it'd be interesting to see how they do. All of them are keen. They are very keen, aren't they?
Very.
So, we've got a few drivers out on track already. Some of them gone on the soft tyres, some are starting on the mediums. We will run through all the drivers, as I say, and look at all their different liveries. Some of them have actually got a bit of a backstory, which could be quite interesting.
I do like a good backstory.
Gives us good context.
Yeah.
So, we're on board at the moment with G-Star Snipes. He's gone quite a neutral looking livery at the moment.
That's the default livery when you first boot the game up, really. So, bit of a
Hasn't had the opportunity just yet.
Fox River 8's retired already.
Ooh, and there's, a couple of yellow flags there. Let's go up to see who we've got on track.
Sectors 1 and 3.
Yeah, on board now with Morgan Stubbs. So let's see what he's got. Gone quite a deep blue. Quite a nice looking colour.
It's almost like a purple, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a nice looking colour.
The green contrasts it well, so that's a nice colour mix.
It is. He's nice and neat there through the edge of Sector 2 on the medium tyres for his first run. We've got the same layout, the same setup that we have for the standard championship events, with an 18-minute qualifying session followed by a 50% race. We're going to watch through the last corner. It's gone a little bit squirrely through a couple of the corners in the last sector. Gets his DRS wide open as his run to the line. Opening lap time, 1:24.8. We'll have a look up at Van's right behind him.
Looking at the top of the timing sheets at the moment, Zach and Nick with a 1:21.7 and 1:21.9 respectively. So stomping their authorities early there at the top of the timing sheet.
Yes, they are. Let's have a look at some other liveries. God
Thunder, 5-place grid drop for causing a collision with Zach.
God Thunder, one of our newest additions to the grid. Spinner. We have a spinner on track. Nick BT managed to miss it though. Low P's retired from the session.
Low P retired. 23.8. Not a bad lap time, so we'll see how she can finish in the order. Fox River 8 will definitely be probably starting at the back because sadly he never got a lap time in.
No, unfortunately not.
So that's P19.
Nick BT, I don't know if he's going on another lap at the moment. He's He's just finished his second lap on those soft tyres. Might be going for another quick lap. But we're not going to add on board. As I say, we're going to go through a couple of different liveries there. I am Zach with quite a variety of colours on that one.
Yeah.
Definitely one for the eyes. Quite like it.
Fox River 8's was rather loud because I had him for a brief moment before he retired. It's like a bright pink. You couldn't miss it. It was loud.
Last year's Racing Point. So we're just going to skip.
Not that pink.
Not that pink.
No,
oh.
it's more striking, let's say, because the pink on the Racing Point was a bit of a more of a toned down pink, not the like a bright. Oh, what's the best way I can describe the colour? We don't want to know about colours, we want racing, so I'm just going to shut up on that one.
We'll continue down the order. We're on board at the moment with Night Shadow, who's doing his run on the medium tyres. Going for a very neutral look.
Keeping it simple.
There's another yellow flag in Sector 3. I think the drivers are struggling with the grip at these early stages as Zach goes a lot quicker.
21-2.
Big improvement, good half a second quicker on his second lap. Second one through.
I think I'm not that discounting everybody else, but I think we know who's going to be our pole sitter.
Well, there's still a long way to go. We've got Dynamite down there still in the pits. Of course, our champion from last year, MRC ex-champion from last year. Womax, that we know, is very quick. We have
currently struggling this year in Tier 1 is Kid Dynamite.
Very, very competitive league now. We've seen a numerous different winners.
All tiers are very competitive. Up and down the grid.
Which is the bonus that we've had now. That's the...
And it's what we like to see as well.
Yeah, it's great to see now, you're right, that now with the expansion we've discussed in numerous races, the expansion of MRC, that we've got the 3 tiers and we can get a wide variety of racing, we've got wide variety of skill levels, and it's great that for an event like this, we have everybody all on track together, all pitching themselves into... the corner as God Thunder's taking a different line and drops it, and he's out. He is out. He was taking a few shortcuts, maybe trying to start his lap, and that has not ended well for him. He's going to be starting near the back where Fox River 8 did not manage to get a lap on the board. We're going to ride now on board with Emiliano. And here's out lap. Few drivers still in the pits. Going back up to second place, Nick BT is on his second run on his outlap. We've got Vans up there as well on his second run, and Morgan as well.
Night Shadow's just done a 26.9 on those medium tyres. Sorry.
He has, and G-Star and the 22.8 is up there still in third place. We've also got now Martin Hills is on his way out of the pits, I do believe. We're going to ride on board with Mason until then. On the medium tyre.
On the medium tyres. Let's see how my teammate gets on.
Right, if you'd like to keep an eye, I'm going to run through the tracks as we ride on with Martin Hills. Mr. MRC himself. Brand new livery this season.
He's from my 91 Jordan livery.
Well, we know he's a fan.
Yeah.
His liveries last year were very striking, were superb liveries last year. As we did have a spinner in the background that Martin's gone through.
I think it was Night Shadow.
But welcome to everybody who is watching live on YouTube. Nice to have you with us. If you want to post a comment, anything you'd like us to talk about or to shout out, please just give us a comment. It'd be great to give us a comment, and share the video. It'd be fantastic to get us all out there. So we keep on board at the moment with single track Mr. Martin Hills, starting his first flying lap. The RS Open.
And if anyone's got a bit of information on what the weather's going to be like for the race, a little hint would be grateful on that part, because me and Mark have no idea what the weather's going to be like for the race. So if there's anyone that can give us a heads up in advance, would be delightful.
Yeah, we do get a little bit short-sighted with that one. But I think the Discord has been a bit quiet, so possibly could be dry. Normally there's an
Fingers
outpouring
crossed
of emotion when it turns wet.
Yeah.
But we're sticking on board at the moment with Martin Hills through the middle sector. There's a yellow flag in sector 3. He goes a 55.5. Nice and neat, keeping well off the inside curbs. That looks a very nice soft setup there. That convertible now with a penalty, and there's a car there in the road.
It was Mason. That's Mason, I think, looking at the colour, because I had a brief look at him earlier. I think that was Mason.
It is, so... Oh, Martin Hill's getting held up right at the end of his fast lap. The car's coming into the pits out the way. But that will have held him up and been a bit off-putting for him. He drops a bit of time. With a 1:24.7 in his opening lap time, puts him in 9th. Couple of drivers we have missed. I'd like
6 minutes to go.
Yeah, plenty of time for another lap. As we roll on board with Ryan Barber, Mr. Red Car Rambo, going with his 1991 inspired McLaren, Senna McLaren, the Marlboro colours.
Could be 91, 90, 89, 88.
They were very similar, yeah, they were.
Could even go back to when James Hunt was there as well, because of the Marlboro colours. Because they had that colour scheme for quite a few number of years, because of the Marlboro sponsor. Yeah,
they did. Very iconic. As we go, we'll stick on board with Ryan as he starts his flying lap. As he gets the DRS open, he has a little bit of traffic ahead. Looks like that's also the car ahead is also on a flying lap, so he might get a little bit of the turbulent air behind hurting him through this middle part of the lap. But we'll keep on board for now, see how he gets on.
Lets him pass, which is nice to see.
His road's a little bit wide there. He might have just been a bit short-sighted to the braking point, but we'll keep on going and riding on board with him. He's still 1.7 quicker than his previous time. He says well away from the curbs. There's a lot of drivers spinning through there, so doing well to avoid that.
It's a common place that you see people spinning there, because they get too wide out the corner and the back end just steps out.
Yeah, you get a bit
very common thing to happen.
It does. We're going to stick on board as we finish the lap a little bit deep into the second last corner, but hopefully we can get a good drive out. Quick run to the line and get the DRS open. And where's this going to put him this lap? 1:26.4 to 11th. Good improvement. As we ride on board, let's have a look who we've not been and seen just yet. We'll go on board with Ollie Racing.
Ollie Race, yeah, I was just about to say Ollie Racing's on a flyer.
Looks like he has the standard setup, standard livery setup, but he's out there on the medium tyres, seeing what he can do. Of course, one of our Tier 1 drivers. Of course, Australia not featuring on the MRC calendar this season, as there's another spinner going backwards that Ollie's negotiated round.
Thank God for ghosting as well.
Yeah, luckily we've got that on this time. The Tier 1 drivers, of course, this season not running with ghosting, so if there is a spinner on the track, he's in the middle of the track. He will hit him.
Am I correct that that's now been changed?
It could be. You could be right.
Because I think because there was a whole new set of regulations put through to help with I think more of the safety of the drivers and making it fair. So I think they've got ghosting turned on now, if my memory serves me correctly.
Might have to have a look into that one. We'll see as Ollie Racing goes into 12th with his first run on a 25.1. Good opening lap on the medium tyres. He looks like he's trying to do the alternate strategy with only 2 minutes left. He may have a cool down lap and then go again. Still to set a lap time, we've got that convertible. He's on a lap now. Emilio Artisti still in the pits, and we've got last year's MRCX who are right on board with Kid Dynamite. He's on his out lap. He's again also going for the medium tyres. So he'll get time for 1 lap on these. As he's quickly, he may get 2 straight laps on it.
Emiliano's left it till late as well. He's only just on an out lap.
He has, but there's enough time for him to get round. Luckily, I do feel now the drivers who are in the pits, unless they leave very quickly, will not get chance for another lap. We've got Womack just leaving the pits as I say that. We're going to stick on board with Kid Dynamite, let's say last year's MRCX champion.
I think looking at it, that convertible's lap was invalid, I think, because a lap time hasn't showed up and he was on a flyer.
Right, so that's going to put him under immense pressure.
Yeah, he's got to deliver on this lap now, or probably end up starting towards the back.
He will, but we've also got Kid Dynamite with a whole host of
traffic. He's lost it. That convertible lost it.
And retired from the session.
Yeah.
So there's a few drivers, a few of our quicker drivers. Convertibles are quick. No, we know Fox River 8, race winner a few times actually this season. As Kid Dynamite does take, he's backed off. He took a little bit too much into the first part. He has backed off. That could spell the end of his qualifying session. It does. So he's going to be starting towards the back. We're going to ride on board with our main commentator, Mr. Jacob Jones, and see how he goes. He's managed to start his new flying lap.
Nice colour scheme that Jacobs chose with the grey and the red.
Yeah, vast difference to last year's, and a little bit different to his Mercedes seat. But we're right on board with him. He's 10th at the moment.
From that. I got Audi vibes from it slightly. I don't know if you have the same, but it looks similar to the Audi with the grey, the red and the white.
Yeah, it's like the Le Mans colour, isn't it? You're right. I like that.
Not far off, not far off.
Yeah. Oh, he runs deep, and here it's going to hurt him on the exit and hurt him all the way down this straight at the end of the second sector. He managed to miss the inside of the curb, but unfortunately missed the apex as well. He's a 10th down at the moment, and he's currently sitting in 10th. We have a few drivers behind Single Track and Mason are on, well, it looks like they're on flying laps at the moment. I am Zach, a 1:21.0.
Good grief.
I think somebody's been practicing.
Emiliano with a 23.5 puts him 6th.
He left that one till the last gasp, but managed to get the lap in. Jacob goes half a second quick and goes up into 8th place. That should cement him, and then straight away goes into 9th. As he gets taken again, I think Womack there was the one that...
Martin improves to 9th.
Martin, so yes, he's now gone ahead as well.
That's it, everyone's had the checkered flag.
They have. So, we're going to, in a moment, go through our order. The top 10 with a stunning couple of laps from Zach there, and it takes pole position on a 1:21.0. Nick BT in second place on a 1:21.4. Then we've got Alex Edric in third, G-Star Snipes in fourth, Womack's fifth, Night Shadow sixth, followed by Emiliano, Stube, Single Track, and Jacob Jones riding out the top 10. In 11th, we have Vans. Laupi in 12th, Ollie Racing 13th, Red Car Rambo 14th, Ollie Racing there on the medium tyres. 15th, Mason. 16th, God Thunder, who unfortunately did not set a lap time, along with Fox River 8, Da Convertible, and Kid Dynamite, who we were on board with at the end when unfortunately he ran it a little bit too hot and had an invalidation on his lap. Varied grid. A very varied grid we have now.
But as we all know, you don't get points in qualifying. It's the race that matters.
It certainly does, and this, I think, is going to be very, very interesting. We're going to have, as I said, a few of our Tier 1 drivers further down the grid, a few of our Tier 3 drivers who we know are quick anyway, and they've had some very good laps, so they're up there. So it's fantastic. It's going to be looking forward to this one. See how the strategies play out. Apparently I had Gavin Jenkins, thank you for your comment, to say that sunshine is forecast for the race. Thank goodness for that.
Good.
It has. So we will have the formation lap. There will probably be the standard glitch when we do come to the lights, where for us the lights go out and then the cars stay stationary for 10 seconds or so. But we shall see how that works out. Now, there were some grid penalties, but it does not look at a glance like it has affected
Da Convertible starting at the back. God Thunder is dropped as well. Kid Dynamite is moved up.
They think
Just seeing
the
those changes towards the bottom.
Yeah, I think they were the two that had it.
I can't remember who it was that had the 5 grid drop.
I think it was those. So we'll just ride on board at the moment and have a look with the tyre strategies. Of course, the top 10 starting on the soft tyres that they qualified on. Vans in 11th, going down to Red Car Rambo in 14th, starting on the medium tyre. Mason on the softs, hopefully trying to get some places early on.
Fox on the hard.
He's got a very alternate strategy. And then we've got Kid Dynamite on the mediums, God Thunder on the softs, and Da Convertible on the medium tyres. So, again,
mixed bag.
Strategy, it is. And it's one where we don't know the drivers so well, because they've never raced fully together like this on the grid. Of course, we're all familiar with each driver in the respective tiers. You can't call this. I'm excited.
No,
I'm looking forward to it. It's just so varied.
It's anyone's guess, really. Anyone's guess, because there isn't really a standout in the tiers either.
No, you're right. The season very level in the tiers. But I'm looking forward to seeing how the guys on the alternative strategy, Fox River 8, Kid Dynamite, as Night Shadow and Emiliano, unfortunately had a little coming together in the formation lap. Means they're disqualified from the session lineup on the grid. But see how people like Kid Dynamite, Fox River 8, Da Convertible will start making their way through. Kind of feel like they were qualified. They were a bit out of position. But it's going to be fun. It is going to be very interesting. Hopefully, as Carl mentioned at the start of the stream, that hopefully we're going to have very clean racing. And,
we may not have league points up for grabs, but I think every driver on that grid would like bragging rights at least.
Certainly will. We're all lining up waiting for the last of the cars on the grid now. There we go. With the lights. Let's hope there's no glitch. 2, 3, 4, 5 lights. And away we go. We're off racing. Very level start. Oh, there's a collision already.
Oh, already? No. That's Emiliano, I think it was.
Emiliano, they've had cold tyres, but Nick BT has taken the lead into the first corner. He takes it from Zach, went up the inside. As he's going to be challenged, goes defensive into turn 3, gets shoved really hard there. I do believe in the back was a collision. That's allowed Alex to come through. G started third. Womax has had a 3-second time penalty already. Some of the big wins have got Night Shadow in.
A lot of scrapping towards the back.
Fox River 8 has made a mega start up to P9. Not sure who's been caught up. Red Car Rambo unfortunately gone backwards. He's in 19th at the moment. We've got Single Track up in 5th place, who's under pressure from I Am Zach. He's on the comeback trail. Obviously our pole sitter. Well, Fox River 8 now up into 8th. And Jacob Jones there in 7th. We've got a little breakaway group here with Zach there and Jacob Jones. The top 7 very close together. G-Star's overtaken Alex. G-Star and Night Shadow have overtaken Alex. He must have got it wrong through that very fast chicane. And that's allowed 2 of the drivers to get through. There was Nick BT now 3.5 second lead at the moment.
Steady on.
You've seen something?
So I'm just watching some of the cars at the back of the grid. Mason and all them lot towards the back, and they are really, really, really dicey, especially when you got a recovering Emiliano coming up as well,
right,
who's just gone into the pits.
Yeah, we've got a few drivers already pitting, must have damage. Alex was the first one to dive in. Oh, there's another, a bit of a collision there. Was that Jacob Jones? It was. Don't know if he got shoved onto the curb a little bit, but doesn't look like there's any damage there. He may have got away with that one, but that'll have shaken him a little bit. If you're looking at his tyres, trying to feel the...
drop places. Yellow flag towards the back. That's
Jacob Jones goes a little bit wide.
God Thunder.
Right, we've got Fox River Ray all over the back of Jacob Jones now. What a start from this guy. Near the back of the grid and already up into 7th place. Avoiding a lot of the lap 1 carnage. And don't forget, he is on the hard tyre as well. This is going to really bring him into it by the end of the race if he can make this strategy work. We've got a penalty for Ollie Racing, 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. We've got that convertible as well on the back of Fox River 8. It goes alongside. Who did we have spinning? That was Night Shadow. Was there a spinner there? These guys very close now. Right behind Jacob Jones, who's going to be desperate to try to pull away on those softer tyres, but that convertible and Fox River 8 and Kid Dynamite was now joining the party. Their tyres will definitely be up to temperature by now. We've got a few close battles further down the field. Red Car Rambo's pulled himself back up to 13th place, which is good to see. Had a reasonably strong qualifying session, so nice to see him getting back up there. On the medium tyres, of course. And there's a spinner in the background. There was a spin in the background. I'm not sure who that was. Oh, it was Kid Dynamite. He's got no front wing, ladies and gentlemen. He's lost it in that middle sector. That's going a long way to get back to the pits with no front wing. And it's not just damage, it has gone. So that battling close with Fox River 8 in the convertible and Jacob Jones battle, who now is starting to reel in single track Martin Hills, who I do believe may have made a mistake. He was all over the back of I Am Zach, and now he's dropped 2.8 further back to make Jacob Jones in the DRS zone. And that convertible goes extremely wide and spins. Is he managed to keep it out the barriers? He has. Glad we saw that in the background. We're going to go back on board with this single track and Jacob Jones battle. The Red Car Rambo has gone past Kid Dynamite and making his way back
Zach
to the pits.
with a 24.4.
He does. He's 7.2 second. Sorry, he's closing in on G-Star Snipes, I should say, as Nick BT's got 7.3 second lead. I'm sure Zach will be after the little incidents early on. We've got a lapped car here in front of single track, who's not moving off the line. Does now a little bit, but that's going to be off-putting for Martin, and it does for Jacob Jones as well. A couple of lapped cars. One does move out the way, the other one doesn't, unfortunately. We do encourage, yes, there is ghosting, but we are encouraging lap drivers very quickly to get out the way of the quicker drivers coming through.
At the end of the day, it's just simple etiquette.
We've missed here that I Am Zach has had a moment. He's now fighting with Jacob Jones, had a moment. There's a few drivers up and down here. Now, this could be, they are in the middle of some lap drivers here, and this could be where the ghosting is taking effect, as there is a spinner in the background. Not sure exactly, it was that convertible, but he's got it pointing back in the right direction. Hopefully not too much damage for him. He's on the medium tyre, so he was on the alternate strategy. There's no visible damage I can see on his front wing. Got away with that one. And we go back up to the front. As I was saying, the lap drivers does put people off, as Zach is now pitted. And he's got a 5
Speeding
second
in
penalty.
the pit lane. Eesh, that's going to hurt.
It is. That's he was right on the charge to get back up there, closing down G-Star Snipes. There'll be a few gaps appearing at the moment, I think, after the madness of the lapped drivers, unfortunately, getting in the way of the lead runners and causing a few indecisive moves. Still got a few close. We've got Ollie Racing in close proximity with Laupe. We've got Vans in there as well. This is Vans all over the back at the moment. Takes a different line. 2 wheels on the grass.
Adventurous, that.
Risky. But keeps control. So as they make their way through the lap driver. Hopefully eased off the throttle, let them through on the straight. This is very close. He's got the DRS now. Goes on the inside. Last of the late breakers. Makes the move on the inside. Runs wide. Unfortunately on the grass. So Lappy gets that position, back. Lives to fight another day. Vans will be coming back on to him now. He's just outside the DRS zone now, though. Unfortunately, we did have a spinner there. I do believe that was God Thunder spinning out the last corner. And Vans is pitted. Vans has...
He also lost it as well, because I just on board with him and he was pointing at 90 degrees.
Right, and
so
a
he must have dropped it as well.
Penalty as well for speeding in the pit. He has front wing damage, you can see there. It's going to be a long stop for him, unfortunately. I am Zach, pits yet again. Vans has gone on the hard tyres, so hopefully he won't need to pit again. We've got Womax on board. Womax now in 12th place. Kid Dynamite sets the fastest lap of the race. He's on a comeback trail. He's in 14th place at the moment, but we're going to ride on board with Womax following Stoob for 11th and 12th place, both on the same strategy with the medium tyres. Womax with the 3 second penalty, however.
It's been very, very clean late at the moment. No big things happening right now, which is nice to see.
Yeah, seems to have settled down after the first lap, which happens, unfortunately. We do try to discourage it, but it does. It is racing after all. And there seems to be a few gaps appearing. Womax has got Stoob. Stoob did go round, I believe. He had a little moment. I did see the car there. So Womax is through into 11th, but there's a few gaps forming now. And we've got the closest one there is we're going to ride on board with Kid Dynamite and Convertible here as they go through a lapped runner, which is God Thunder. Needs to let them go, not race and outbreak himself into the second last corner as he did. Unfortunately gets a 3 second time penalty. But this seems to be one of the closest. We've got Vans and Alex as well in 15th, 16th, very close proximity. But I think the gaps in the, especially at least the top 10, I think you'd agree with me, Carl. I think different strategies as well on there.
Yeah, definitely. It's
as Nick BT, our leader, comes into the pits. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, we're only about 7 laps in, so a lot of people are still yet to pit. So some people will be out of position. So we're just gonna have to wait and see how the order's going to be after everyone's at least done that pit stop.
Yeah, we've got, as I say, with that mix of strategy, as we say. Single track, Martin Hills, big loss out of turn 2. They got a bit too heavy on the throttle and it went round and straight into the wall for him. Running on the road, he was in third, second after the pit stop for Nick. That is such unfortunate.
Safety car, first one.
Been deployed. So
as Womax has dived into the pits. I wonder who will dive into the pits under the safety car.
Yeah, Kid Dynamite's done that. He's only just gone onto the soft tyres.
Womax has put a new set of mediums on.
It seems to be that the mediums may go to the end. We're not sure of the full-blown strategies at the moment. But I'm going to keep on board with people like Jacob Jones and some of our leaders and see if they will go to the pits as well. Nick BT probably will inherit the lead again. He did have quite a gap to
Kid Dynamite coming out the pits. He's on a new set of medium tyres. Alex on a new set of softs. I Am Zach has just changed to the medium tyres.
He had only just pitted to the hard tyres as well, so abandoned that idea.
He's now coming out on the medium tyre.
G-Star Snipe, our race leader, has decided to box from his soft tyres. See what he's going into. He's gone onto the hards. Fox with Ray, of course, is started on the hard tyres, so he will stick onto those.
And the safety car
he nearly went past the safety car. Yeah, he went past it there. But
bit too eager, I think, to get carry on racing, I think.
Yeah, as we've got Ollie Racing in the pits, gone from the medium tyres onto the hards and a new front wing for him. Who else have we got pitting at the moment? Night Shadow as well, and Laupy, he's gone into the pits, medium tyres for Night Shadow. Laupy's gone on a new set of soft tyres, committing to, I believe, a two-stop strategy. So that could be interesting at the restart. We've got people on used hard tyres, used mediums, and Laupy there on the softs. They will come up to temperature very quickly. So again, another mix of strategies. You look further down the order, Mason's now pitted. Stoop hasn't yet. He has 7-lap-old medium tyres. Feels that they're still young enough to keep going.
Just looking at how many stops each person has done since the start of the race. Everyone has at least took one, apart from Fox, who, as we said, started on those hard tyres. I mean, we've got people that have done towards the back. You've got people like Womax has took 2, Kid Dynamite's had 2 because obviously they pitted for damage. Alex has had 3, and so has Zach, because he, as you said earlier, went to the hard tyres but then gave up on those and thought better, and then came back in and swapped to the medium tyres. Yeah,
they have done. This is it might be a little while to get the field bunched up at the moment. If we go through to see where God Thunder is.
I'm not sure God Thunder's in that car, to be honest. I'm not 100% sure he's in that car.
He's got no front wing and went very, very wide, so I'd be surprised if
I think he must be in that car then, because I'm not sure, because
I think he's just
looking at that.
He's just retired
he's
and
retired.
Put that into the wall there. I think the stewards and our admin might want to have a look at that, unfortunately. But that has got Thunder, unfortunately, out of the race.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if it was an AI or a driver at the time, because he was way back from the grid. I know he's one of the new people, so it's probably his first showing in a race that's being streamed, but he's probably had trial races, so obviously because he's one of the new drivers, we don't know how he would do. So I don't know, was it an AI or if it was God Thunder in the actual car, because he was, before he DNF'd, I think he was about 4 minutes behind or something like that.
Yeah, we do know that there are glitches on this game in regards to the timing screen, so he may not have been that. I know he was lapped, unfortunately, and had no front wing on his car at the time.
Yeah.
It's new, it's a learning experience for everybody, so hopefully he will learn from that and come back. We hope. We don't like to see any drivers crashing. We don't like to see any drivers leaving MRC. We do try to support each and every one of them, and hopefully, like I say, he will come back and learn and improve and be with us again soon in the championship. Fox River 8. Let's just quickly look at
I'm just looking
the penalties
down
at
the
the
order. We're
moment.
under safety car, and I've just noticed, I don't know if Mason made a mistake, but I Am Zach just moved ahead of Mason in the order, because Mason, I don't know, because 1 minute Mason was 15th and I Am Zach was 16th, and now they're swapped.
He may have done, because I've just gone on board and Mason has dropped quite a way back. He may have accidentally
Yeah, he's about
spun,
10 seconds
unfortunately.
behind.
So he could have spun.
Yeah,
I'm just going to look on board for the penalties of the drivers at the moment. A lot of drivers have the 3-second penalties. Vans Racing has 5. Alex Edric now has 5 for a collision with Kid
Alex
Dynamite.
and Kid have just, I think that'll be one for the stewards to look at to see whether or not that would be worth reviewing and probably removing, probably.
Yeah, potentially. Potentially we will see what happens there. I know it's something that the stewards have been discussing in the last week or so, looking at all these different penalties that the game gives you through safety cars. Alex doesn't look to have any front wing damage, luckily for him. So hopefully he'll be able to continue on his way. When we get underway, we're going to go back up and follow Fox River 8 so we can actually get a view of the safety car ahead and see when the lights go out.
I will say this very briefly. The only problem with the as people, I've just seen another swapping position as well, and Mason's pitted again. So obviously he's made a mistake somewhere. But as I was saying, it only takes the minor of touches behind the safety car to get that 5-second penalty. So it is very, very sensitive.
Yeah, it does. I've had it myself in the last race at Monza as well. I think it was in. That's a safety car now
in this lap.
Yeah.
Beat you to it.
So Fox River 8 will take over the lead of this race. He will take over the safety car duties, back them all up. Don't forget his tyres now 10 laps old on the hard tyres. We've got Nick on the mediums. We'll come up to temperature a lot quicker. Yeah, also we're going to keep an eye on Lopey there on the soft tyres. And he looks to have gone early into the second last corner to get the drive out. Fox River 8 goes round the last corner with Nick BT in second place, following in suit the first top 4. At 5 very close quarters there. Over to go green light. Fox River getting a good run from Nick BT. Goes a little bit wide in turn, deep into turn 1 and turn 2. This is Nick BT going to the inside. Challenge him already. And he takes that position back, retakes the lead. Stube has been disqualified.
Wonder what that's for.
Multiple penalties. Oh dear.
I did notice Night Shadow dropping places, so he must have made an error somewhere because he was just dropping places off that restart.
That's unfortunate. Hopefully he'll gather himself back and get himself back up there. But Nick BT taking the lead and has already pulled out 1.6 second gap from Fox River 8. We've had on board in close quarters. We've got G-Star Snipes. Half a second back with Jacob Jones right there as well. Nick now gets a penalty for multiple warnings. I don't think the drivers are liking Australia at the moment.
No.
The curbs are brutal on this game, which we know.
Yeah, Mason must have made a mistake somewhere because he's dropped a few places as well because he was ahead of Night Shadow and Alex and he's now found himself back behind them.
As we've got Jacob Jones all over the back of G-Star at the moment. That back marker may have put them off a little bit and got in the way. Regardless, of course, not Womax is taking red car Rambos. We've got Jacob Jones looking at the inside of turn 1. He's not going to get it there, but he's going to get the second helping of DRS not active just yet. Pulls up alongside. He's on the outside. Last of the breakers again, both on the same tyres. Gets pushed a bit wide. He's going to stick his nose in again. Good racing, very clean racing from G-Star. Knew he was there, gave him the racing room. We've seen many drivers get cut up a little bit there, as we've still got the back marker. That's going to be very, very off-putting for Jacob there. The back marker still racing them. But
that's Emiliano. I'm not sure. I don't think he's in the car, because if it's not moving out of the way, then it's the AI, I think, that's in that car, because in the corners they don't tend to move out of the way.
yeah, it could be right there. That is unfortunate.
Very dicey towards the middle of the pack between Vans and Kid Dynamite for 11th and 10th. Very dicey.
Yeah, they're on different tyres as well, different strategies, but we're going to stick on board for now with Jacob Jones, as a few penalties coming through again for multiple warnings. Jacob Jones right all over the back of G-Star. He's got his tyres working really well, obviously very nice balance to Jacob's car, as he just seems to be able to turn it that much easier and have that much more grip. DRS is now enabled, so we're going to stick on board. This battle may not go on too much longer, as Dak Convertible has gone backwards. Red Car Rambo up into 8th, Kid Dynamite on his tail in 9th, but we are still sticking on board.
Zach's just moved up into 11th past Vans.
He has.
Without the aid of DRS.
Good drive maybe off the last turn there and down the DRS straight, as Jacob Jones has backed off a little bit. That dirty air could be putting him off a touch.
As now Zach's just gone down the inside of the convertible and now has made himself back up into the top 10.
It does sound like it's getting a bit close further down the order. We'll leave this one briefly. We'll keep an eye on the gaps, as Laupy there still kept hold of 5th place, which is great to see. We're on board with Red Car Rambo in the Senna inspired livery, but we're right on the back of Kid Dynamite. This will give him a lot of confidence as well. We know how quick Kid Dynamite is. And a Dak Convertible 3-second penalty for a corner cut. We did see him go very deep there and back onto track, right behind these guys. And Dak Convertibles, they're all going to have a bit of a DRS train now. But Dak Convertible right on the back of I Am Zach. He's going to take a dive up the inside. Has he outbroken himself? He has a little bit.
Just kept it on.
He did, and luckily looked like almost he was going to go back into the back of Red Car Rambo. Managed to avoid. That could have been a difficult one. We're going right on board. Jacob Jones has taken him into turn 1. A little bit of a collision there with Jacob Jones and G-Star into turn 1. Don't know if it was either 6 or 1 half dozen of the other on that one, but Jacob Jones does take the place. He did have DRS, but a little bit close, bumping wheels between them. Hopefully no damage. And they'll continue both on the way. I'm sure G-Star won't be amused with that, and he'll be fighting to get back and keep into the DRS range of Jacob Jones, as that's allowed me to close up a little bit more. Only 1.3 behind now, as there's a few yellow flags further down the order.
Zach is absolutely flying on these mediums, because he's now up to 9th place now. He went down the inside of Red Car. Nice and neat, clean and easy. He's really pushing those mediums to try and make up lost time.
Yeah, again, we're not sure ourselves if those mediums will go all the way to the end, whereas we do think the hard tyres will. Missing a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Dak Convertible has retired. I'm just going to try and go back to Alex and see if we can see on the screen where it might be. It could be through the fast. I'm going to go on board with him and see if we can see the car.
Mason's retired as well. Mason drove into the pits and retired.
No, it's a shame to see.
It's not the first time I've seen him do that, because I watched one of his races on YouTube and he did it before. I think it was one of our league races.
You never know what's going to happen in these races. A big crash. I Am Zach has binned it big time. That's out against carbon copy of, unfortunately, what happened to single track earlier on in the race. They brought the single car, but Alex has gone as well.
It and we now have another safety car.
We do. That's exactly what happened to Martin Hills earlier and brought out the first safety car. This could be a bit of a lifeline for someone like Fox River Raid. Could potentially go onto the medium tyres and make those last to the end. It'll also be a helping for the soft tyre runners.
Yeah, I would if I were Fox River 8 in Fox River 8's position on those 15-lap hards, I would definitely pit now and swap to the mediums.
Yeah, we're gonna see what's going to happen.
Or does he try and stretch it out and get those last stints on the softs?
It's chancing it for another safety car. No, anything can happen in Formula One, in motor racing, and it usually does, as we have seen today. Is he going to pit? He does. He is pitting. Nick has also pitted from the lead. So we're going to stick on Jacob Jones, also pits from 3rd place. G-Start from 4th, also pits. And so does 5th place, man, Lopi, he's pitted. Ollie Racing is going to inherit the lead. He is staying out on his hard tyres. So we're going to see what he does there. So Nick has come out on a set of fresh mediums, same with Fox River 8.
Almost everyone's pitting. Almost everyone's pitting now under this safety car.
It is a free pit stop. It's that time of the race as well. Over halfway through, 12 laps left. You know, people will take a chance. Womack's there and Kid Dynamite taking a chance on the soft tyres. See if they make them last to the end. We'll again be watching their progress.
I'm looking at the gap back to Emiliano, and I am going to definitely say that is the AI in that car. That is not Emiliano in that car.
Yeah,
because knowing Emiliano's performances in, I think it's Tier 1, he has done mega performances from the back to the front. So yeah, I'm not sure that's Emiliano in that car. That's an AI I think.
Yeah, it seems to be. Yeah, there seems to be a few glitches I can see on some of the comments on our race. Unfortunately, Morgan's was a game glitch that gave him his penalties. It did seem, I know in Morgan, as we do, that's not something, in terms of corner cutting or anything that he would do. So it could be potential glitches there. Same with Mason, unfortunately, is out of the race as well. This is the thing, we've seen a couple of drivers early on who have retired in the pits and otherwise, and now we only have 12 runners. A couple less and everybody be in the points.
Yeah. I just want to take this brief time while we're in the safety car to just give a say to my teammate Mason. I know he's put in the comments that it wasn't his day. We all have bad days. Just keep your head up. If you need any advice, whether or not on something or other, just let me know, because after all, I'm his teammate and I've always got his back this season.
It's good to hear, and that's just proof as well, everybody else out there, that this is the type of league that we are. We are competitive, but we're also very friendly. We also help each other, and we're all fellow racers, and we always look after each other as well. So that's good to hear.
Just want to say very quickly, your opinion, Nick BT's livery. I'm getting Sauber vibes with the dark blue and the gold.
Sauber vibes?
Nick BT.
There's something I'm trying to remember now. Wasn't it something like the BAR, and they did it was like
yes, it was half and half.
Half and half. That's what I'm getting.
They had the
I'm sure Nick will correct us at some point or give us some other feedback, but that's the vibe I'm getting.
Yeah, I'm getting Sauber vibes off it, but Nick, if you could let us know after the race, it would be grateful. But yeah, it was 99 BAR first season. They had a really bizarre livery because they went half and half.
Yeah, they did. I think it was to do with sponsorships. I think
Yes,
BAR
it was. Because safety car in this lap.
So we're on board. We'll go on board with Ollie Racing, who will take over the lead. We've got a few drivers swapping positions. I don't know if they've accidentally spun and gone out wide. It's Kid Dynamite in 11th there.
Even if a driver just want to say very quickly, even if a driver makes a mistake and you overtake him, I would recommend giving the position back.
Yeah, there are game glitches, but we're going to run on board Ollie. He's on 9-lap all hard tyres, and the guys behind on fresh mediums. He's right up behind the safety car.
Yes, he's
He's not
soon
going to give him an
slammed it
inch.
on
He's going to
there.
go
No, he's-
very late. He's gone
think he's
now,
gone
but
now.
Nick has gone with him already alongside. He's on the outside of there. So Nick BT going down the outside into turn 1. How's this going to fare? A little bit wide, but fair. Nick BT has taken that place. Oh, he goes a little bit wide, but Nick straight away takes that place. Now we've got little battling here, 3 abreast. G-Star's also gone past Ollie Racing into second place. Now we've got Jacob Jones on the fresh medium tyres, also going to try and make the most of the extra grip and go through. He just couldn't get through at this point. He's going to be stuck behind Ollie for a couple corners more, with Fox River 8 and Woomax and Lopi right on the back of him, as well as he's going to make a move on the inside into very tight. That's a very good move. And Ollie Racing's fortunately gone out wide. That's allowed Fox River 8 to go past. Woomax is now right on the back wing of it.
Loopy spun in the chicane, so now she's dropped down to 11th.
I'll pull it back. You can get back there, as we're going to stick on board with this with Woomax right under the rear wing of Ollie Racing. Dives to the inside, late on the brakes again. What's going to happen? Ollie
Vans
just
has made an
crammed the
error.
door. As Vans has gone
Van's
round
made
now.
an error somewhere.
Kid Dynamite has taken Red Car Rambo for 7th place. Kid Dynamite on the soft tyres, as well as Woomax. Oh, I need to have a break. I need to have a catch my breath.
Do you want me to take over for a bit?
I think we're going on board. We're going right back on board with Woomax. He's right on the back of Ollie Racing as goes dives to the inside. And there's a bit of a collision. Collision, bang, and wheels. Kid Dynamite's taking the most out of that. As all 3 abreast.
That was
Big crash.
oh
Who was
dear.
trying to work out who was the big victim of that one? It was Woomax and Kid Dynamite. Kid Dynamite has a bit of damage, but Woomax has lost his front wing entirely there. That was 3 abreast, all squeezing each other there, and another safety car. Not surprised with that one at all. Trying to work out who's the other driver on the inside. It could have been Ollie Racing squeezing one, squeezing another, and just ran out the track. Maybe not realise there was 3 drivers. We don't know. We'll have to see on board footage at some point for them. But,
it's that could have been a lot cleaner, in my opinion, but it's racing at the end of the day.
It is. That'll probably be frustrating for someone like Nick, our leader, who'd already pulled out a 3-second gap on G-Star, back into second place, and Jacob Jones back into third, who's only half a second back. They will be a little bit frustrated by that. They will been hoping to carry on with the racing, especially Jacob there, only half a second behind G-Star as the safety car comes out. Red Car Rambo still up there in 6th position. He's on the medium tyres. We're going to keep an eye on. There we go, Kid Dynamite. He's going to pit again. He must have a little bit of wing damage. Night Shadow followed him in.
Night Shadow's in.
Yep, we've got Low P. He's going to keep on going.
Safety cars now picked up Nick BT.
That's good to hear. Yeah, there we go. We've got Woomax coming through the second last corner with no front wing. Vans is still halfway round the track. Unfortunately, it actually looked like they had a pit stop, so they might have had Vans might have had damage from the original restart. But that'll give them a chance to catch up with the rest of the pack before we go. Yeah, Emiliano there, unfortunately, in the middle there, as we said, possibly AI'd. But Kid Dynamite again coming back out on soft tyres. I think now with only 8 laps left to go, they should easily make that up to the end. This could be interesting. Ollie Racing is hoping to make these hard tyres last to the end. 12 laps old, but should, especially another lap or 2 behind the safety car, they should easily go that distance. But obviously he's going to be on the back foot with Red Car Rambo, Laupit, Nice Shadow, Kid Dynamite, Woomax, all these guys on faster tyres.
Everyone behind him, yeah.
Yeah, but Australia isn't easy to overtake. We've seen it. We've seen a few great overtakes today. Jacob's had a few himself, Nick's had a few, but we've also seen with Ollie and Jacob that once you get past that DRS phase, that middle complex, not easy to overtake. It's almost single file through there. It's not very wide. It's left, right, left, right. It's not easy at all.
There's not there's not a lot of overtaking places in Australia that you think about it. I mean, Australia is not an actual. It's a hybrid. Is Australia? It's like a circuit, but it's also a street circuit as well. It's one of the rare tracks on the calendar that is classified as a hybrid of the two.
It is. You're now getting me to. Yeah. You're now getting me to work out what are the others. Are there any others?
I can't see off the top of my head, but I know Australia's one of them because it circles. There's a massive lake in the middle of it that we all know that it circles round.
You're right. It does. Anyone wants any F1 insider knowledge and knowledge of cars past, drivers past, race wins past? Honestly, Carl's your man. Encyclopedia. It really is.
You flatter me. You flatter me.
But you're right, with it being a hybrid track, I am actually curious to know if there are any others now. I'm sure you'll come up with something.
I think Canada's classified as a hybrid as well, because that's on a street circuit, but it's on public roads. It's not really public roads as such, but it is a street circuit. But I think it is classified as a hybrid as well. I mean, obviously the legit street circuits are the likes of Monaco that we all know. Singapore, that's a definite street circuit.
Yeah, there's a few stand out. But
yeah.
Safety car now in this lap. We'll have 7 laps of racing. We're going to go on board with Nick. He made a great safety car restart earlier in the race. Caught a few of them napping, so let's see if he can do it again. He'll start to back them up early. Starts getting the heat back into those medium tyres. But we're going to be looking at people like Jacob Jones, G-Star and Fox River 8 are going to be looking to pounce. He did go at this point. He went very early last time round. He's not going to go this early this time.
Now. He's backing him up now. Really backing him up.
And there we go out the second last turn. He got that squared up traction straight down. He's gone, and that's G-Star. G-Star's gone round.
Losing it out the first. But what a restart by Nick.
It was a very good restart out the second last corner. Got that car in a straight line, so he's able to get the best possible traction. 1.3 seconds ahead of Jacob. Unfortunately, did see G-Star spin it out the last corner and just not enough heat in those tyres. Got a bit too eager with the throttle. Got Fox River 8 following very closely there in third place with Ollie Racing only 7/10 further back. We've got the lapped driver there, which unfortunately is AI in the way with the blue flags. Nothing we can do unfortunately about that.
No.
Red car Rambo. Kid Dynamite has gone past Red car Rambo. There he is on the soft tyres. He is going to be absolutely on edge.
He's made 3 places since the restart. 3 places since the restart.
Oh, Mike doesn't like to mess about. He does not like to... sorry, Dean. Dean does not like to mess about.
Sector 2.
The spinner there might be Woomax and Night Shadow drop
Night
back.
Shadow and Woomax. Yes, Night Shadow and Woomax. So...
yeah, we're keeping on board at the moment with Kid Dynamite only half a second back now from Ollie Racing on the hard tyres. I can't help but feel, unfortunate for Ollie Racing, that this isn't going to. He is a little bit, the tyres are a little bit warm. They will take another lap or so to get into temperature, but look at Kid Dynamite right up the rear wing. To use one of your analogies for last season, he could reach out and grab this rear wing. He's that close. As he does, he takes him into turn 1. There he goes, using that superior grip and the slipstream. Let himself go as Bander's back up into 7th as Woomax has retired.
Yeah.
There's a yellow in sector 3. I kind of hope for the racing's sake that it doesn't bring out a safety car, but it's unfortunate for Woomax. He's had a busy race.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. But we're on board with Red Car Rambo. Now we're going to go on board. He's 6/10 back from Ollie Racing. Nice Shadow with another 3-second time penalty. I'm just going to quickly look, and we know what tyres people are on. But that's very deep. Red Car keeping out the barrier. He did. Don't know, and he's lost the place to Vans there. Don't know if he just outbroke
Brief
himself
yellow
with
flag.
Ollie. Yeah, that'll be for a red card there. We've got
Yeah.
a 6-second penalty. Vans hasn't got anything. This could play into Vans' hands very well. Also, Jacob Jones, if he keeps that within the 3-second time frame, will help him massively. He's from
Jacob
Nick
Jones,
BT.
yeah, because
Yeah.
Nick BT's on 6, Jacob's on 3.
There's a yellow in sector 3. We're all in sector 3. Who's that that's gone backwards? And I think
It's the Emiliano. It's the ghost
It
of
has.
Emiliano.
That's unfortunate. But on the flip side of racing, it will take that ghost car out of the equation amongst the top runners. So we'll go back
I'm
onto
just-
these. Kid Dynamite on a charge, still in 4th. Now, trying to close down Fox River 8. I think they're on the same time penalties. So it's a straight up fight to the finish. Red car, unfortunately, was 6 seconds himself. That's going to hurt with Laupy right
Yeah,
behind,
Kid
and
Dynamite's
G-Star.
getting in the picture as well.
Yes, I'm going to go on board with Red Car Rambo. We've got Laupy right behind with G-Star as well. He had the unfortunate excursion on the grass when he was fighting with Ollie Racing. He's going to keep on pushing. All drivers on as we got Vans and Ollie fighting.
Ollie,
and there's another big crash. Ollie in the wall, lost his front wing. I think he's still able to keep on going. He is going, yes he is. He is.
I don't know what happened.
He's left the session.
Ollie's
Ollie
left.
has left the session. Van's there with...
I think that's
doesn't
out
look
of
too bad.
frustration. I think he's just left the session out of frustration, I think.
It has, but we're going to go back on board with the other battle that's started, intensified, as say, as due to that. We've got Laupy there. Red Car Rambo's outbraked himself into the second last corner. That's going to allow, G-Star to go through as well. That was getting a little bit tasty, that one, but Laupy up into 5th place. We've got G-Star right up the back of him now, as the gaps where the leaders are is floating around the 3-second mark. Jacob's going to be pushing hard to close that down, knowing that there is 3-second difference in the time penalties. We've got this battle up. We know Laupy's got a time penalty. Let's have a quick look. It's only 3 seconds, but so G-Star knows that is technically going to be their place when it comes down to it over the line, and the time penalties are applied by the game. However, I'm sure you'll want to get it done on track.
As it stands right now, Nick BT will win this race because he's got the gap over 3 seconds to Jacob Jones. So, as of now, he is currently sitting comfortably for the race win because it's sitting at 3.3, 3.4, 3.5 now.
We're keeping on board with this Laupy and G-Star Snipes, only 2 tenths behind them. Now G-Star Snipes has the DRS, but Laupy, very good, stout defence, parking in the middle of the road. These guys, again, both on, 3-second difference in the penalty, but Laupy is not going to give up this position without a fight. Can get a better exit onto the main straight than G-Star did there. Maybe a little bit of turbulence and understeer coming through the second last corner, being in such close proximity to the car in front.
Things are looking to get rather dicey up the front because you got Jacob Jones, who must have made an error somewhere, has fallen over 4 seconds behind now, and he's now got Fox River 8 and Kid Dynamite both closing in on him. So it could get very dicey for 2nd, 3rd and 4th towards the end of this race.
You're right, we're now riding on board with Fox River 8, less than a second back from Jacob Jones. Again, all of these on 3-second penalties. Again, we've mentioned earlier the one to watch might be Kid Dynamite. He is on the soft tires. Kid Dynamite's out. He's spun. Kid Dynamite has lost it. Out of the second. We're going to ride on board with Laupy there. I know he's defending there, but we might just be able to see the car of Kid Dynamite. We'll ride on board. He is there on the right-hand side.
On the inside.
So unfortunate. Was having a great recovery.
That is a very common place to crash here.
Unfortunately, yeah, if you just get any of those inside or outside curves, but we've got Fox River 8 with the DRS now on Jacob Jones. It's right under his rear wing. They did well to keep away from those curbs. They're now just going to be looking after these tyres as well, knowing that they're getting a little bit worn, a little bit overheated. He's going to take a dive around the outside into turn 3, the side by side. Lots of space given. Oh, Jacob Jones pushed a little bit wide. That's all fair though. He did have, Fox River 8 did have the corner and did have the racing line on that one.
G-Star's just moved up past Lurpy for 4th.
We just dived on board to see the conclusion of that. There was the 3-second difference in the time penalties as it stood. But I know they want to get that done on track as we just nipped on back on board with Fox River 8 as he went a little bit deep in there. That's allowing Jacob Jones alongside. He hasn't yet. This is getting very, very close. Keep it steady, boys. We know what happened there last time round. Both to make it through. One more lap to go. One more time round. Jacob Jones with... as Laupie's now got G-Star again.
Yep. Got them positioned back.
We're going to keep on board with Jacob Jones, only half a second in it. He's going to have the DRS and the double DRS. See how he gets his exit out the second last corner and the last corner. Away from the inside curbs. Nothing to do down into turn 1, a little bit too far back. Going to try and get a good run. As he does. Oh, going to be expending all the rears. He's in the DRS. He's in the slipstream. He's going to take a dive on the inside. He does.
Contact.
There is a touch of contact. This is carbon copy of last time round. The side by side, a little bit out wide. He's not giving this up. Contact again. Oh, boys. Fox River 8 managed to keep it in the line. I think that, in fairness, was all fair in love and war on that one from my viewpoint on that. I'm not part of the stewards as we speak, but that's in love and war. They were side by side. Yeah. That was all fair. Now, Fox River 8 is only 8/10 back. He is going to be dying to get that back. He's just dropped to a second, just outside the next DRS point, but not really an overtaking opportunity for the rest of the lap. Although he's going to keep putting the pressure on and hope that Jacob makes a mistake.
Got Zach coming towards the end of the lap now on his last lap, so we've got Zach coming to finish this race.
We're riding on board him as he comes outside of the second last corner, goes round the last corner and takes the win very convincingly. Had a fantastic race. Well done, Nick. Good livery as well. As we're going to go out on board, Jacob Jones finally gets that second place from Fox River 8 there in third, 8/10 of a second behind them. We've got a little bit of a wait as we go back on with Laupie now. It dropped. G-Star is now 5.6, 5.8 further back. There may have been a little bit of an error there from G-Star.
Yeah,
but what a race from Laupie, because that was a great little battle. Go on, Carl, if you seem to know a bit more. You've seen what's happened?
Whilst you were watching the Jacob Jones and Fox River 8 battle, G-Star did make a slight error which allowed the gap to open and which gave pretty much the comfort room to hold that 4th place in the end. He got a bit snakier in, I think, towards either the 2nd or 3rd sector, and which kind of ended the battle in the end. The gap just opened up after that.
No problem at all, as we saw from there. Laupie 4th, G-Star 5th, Red Car Rambo, good race from him in 6th. Night Shadow in 7th, Vans crosses the line in 8th, with Ollie in 9th, and then Emilio Artist in 10th. Only 10 winners, half the grid finishing this race. That was a bit mental.
Yeah, Fox River 8 with the game driver of the day, but we ain't got a driver of the day tonight. We've got livery of the day, so get those votes in. Yeah,
looking forward to see who our other drivers vote as the best livery. But good race in there. Yeah. Good win from Nick. Well deserved. Control that. Took the lead at the start from Zach, and pretty much was in control most of that race. But there we go. There's confirmation. Can do. Nick with that win, as we know. Jacob Jones with that fantastic fight with Fox River 8 for 2nd, and then 3rd. Laupie held off G-Star for 4th, and 5th. Red Car Rambo in 6th. Night Shadow in 7th. Vans in 8th. Was fighting up near the top end for a little while himself, with a few unfortunate incidents with Ollie racing there in 9th, and Emilio Artist in 10th. Few drivers didn't make it through. unfortunately, we don't have a great amount of time to go through them all, but a few big accidents, unfortunately. But thank you very much for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Carl. Thank you for being alongside me tonight.
Pleasure.
This has been our midweek break, apparently. That was nothing breaking about. That was nothing easy and friendly. I can't wait to go racing again next week as our MRC Championship does continue next week from Spa. Hopefully it's not a wet one. Hopefully it's a bit drier than we've seen at the weekend. But,
hopefully we'll get more than 2 laps in.
Exactly. Exactly. But thank you very much to everybody who has joined us tonight. Thank you for the comments on YouTube. Thank you very much to Carl. And we shall see you soon. Good night.